Today we're going to be installing motor starters for our boilers, the circulator pumps. What happened is that I actually installed one last season, and the contactor had burned up, and I replaced this one today, and this one here I've got pretty much situated, what has to be done to it. I actually got the wires back in there, but I just want to show you what was in there originally. And that's these old motor starters here, which are ancient. This in here is the contactor part. After a while, it just stops working. It's probably original with the building. And I'm not sure how old this building is, but it's got to be at least maybe 40 years old. So that's that. So basically what we did here is we had to shut the breaker down, obviously, which is over the panel here. You can't see it, but you always got to make sure, test first, turn all your power off before you start working on it. But basically, there's a nipple here. You got to take the old contactor out that's sat pretty much like this here. Okay, and you just got to pop it out. You see the hole in there, and then basically just put the new one on. And they got a whole bunch of wires in here. You have your feed coming in, like I said, from the breaker, and then your load going out, which goes through the trough, down to the pipe, and then back to the circulator pumps. Now this device here, all these are controlled by the new system that was put in not long ago, a few years ago, a MENA system here. And what it does is that these relays send a signal back to here, which tells the pump it's time to turn on. And basically that's what happens. So you have a monitoring wire, which is your little doodad right here, module. Okay, lets it know. You can look on a computer upstairs that it's actually running. It measures the amperes flowing through the wire. And then you have a pilot device switch, which actually is your relays here, which send the signal to turn it, tell it to turn on. Not too hard, got to be a little familiar with the system to work on it, but it's not too hard. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you now the circulator pumps that these control. And I'm going to take the camera and walk you over there. Okay, here are the two boilers, okay, and the three circular pumps that pump the hot water are right there. This would be pump number 5, okay, pump number 5, pump number 4. See how they have it marked there, which is very nice. Some schools I go to, nothing's marked, and I got to figure out what is what. Okay, here's pump 4 motor, and here's our disconnect. This one here is circulator pump number 3. And again, there's our two nice new boilers. Okay. Going back over to our starters, I actually took the tags off of the old magnetic starters and just reinstalled them. Hot water pump number 3. That's number 5. And here is starter number, I have to attach this tag, number 4. And that's just basically going to get screwed right onto the cover there. And again, we want to make sure that the breaker is off. The panel is here, sends power over to each one. Okay. And here's our 3 hot legs up top. You go down at the bottom of the starter here is where the load goes out and feeds your pumps. And then we have a stop, auto, and a hand, which has to be wired in. This comes separate. You have to buy this separate. And this way you can actually run the motor by hand. I'll show you over here. I installed one already. But this is the auto mode, which when you depress this button here, that will work now on the relays over here. When this relay says to come on, if the button is pressed in the auto mode, it will now be controlled from that. If you want to just test the motor, okay, you would actually shut this off and then press hand. Okay, hand means it'll work manually when you press this in. I'm going to press it in, you'll hear the motor come on. Okay, so that would be pump number 5. You press off, it'll go off. And auto, right now I think it is calling for the circulator to go on according to these relays. So if you press it, and if it is calling, it should come on. Okay. Okay, so actually that button should be left in the auto position at all times. And then these relays will actually control that, which is being controlled from the computer. And that's basically about it. Changing starters for the circulator pumps at S.coalfax. Okay, thank you.